We are live.
Hello, and welcome everyone to Screens of the Sun, the Changing Breeds Chronicle. We are running here on Final Show Films. We are Julia, Sally, and Casey of the Zodiac System. I'm fronting. And we'll be your storytellers for the evening. I'm joined by a wonderful cast of role players who let me mentally and emotionally abuse them at least once a week. And we decided to put it on the internet for all of you to enjoy. So we're going to open our introductions today with, we've not gotten nearly enough blood for this ritual. Jeremy.
There's never enough blood for the ritual. Hi, I'm Jeremy. I am playing Crystal Arias, who is a Hamid Nuisha.
Still questioning if she can fly, Katie.
I mean, TSA says I can.
You better hope so.
My name is Katie. I am playing Carrie, who is a Korax Hamid Hermetic Order of Swift Light.
Visiting professor from Miskatonic University, Drevian.
I'm playing Connor McLaughlin, a Coelacanth Bastet.
And the unwilling designated party babysitter, William Arshani.
That's accurate, yeah. Hi, I'm William Orshani, and I am playing, at the moment, Callisto Osborne, the Hamid Uzmati Goral of the Mountain Guardians.
That might change. I hope it doesn't, but that might change.
I resent that mostly accurate description, by the way.
And as always, Black Lives Matter, trans rights are human rights. In the following are some good news stories that I found throughout the week that will hopefully bring some smiles to your faces. Phantom limb is one of those enduring medical mysteries that someone can feel sensations in a hand which had been long lost to amputation. A little like harnessing the placebo effect, scientists have been able to stimulate nerve endings on the skin of an amputated arm, which trigger thermo-phantom limb sensations, including hot and cold. Adapting one patient's existing prosthetic arm and socket with sensors and thermodes or small devices which can change temperature. Placed at these key nerve endings, not because his prosthetic was detecting it, but because his phantom limb was actively feeling the difference in temperature. So they're currently trying to figure out how to incorporate nerve endings back into prosthetics.
Use your phantom limb to move your prosthetic. Yeah.
Yep.
Interesting.
We're getting there.
As much as I hate to say it, we are in the cyberpunk future. We just haven't gotten any of the cool shit out of it.
Yeah, we're working our way towards the cool technology.
A bird seen and recorded by Charles Darwin on his visit to Floriana Island in 1835 has been observed in the wild there for the first time in 190 years. Darwin's observations from the small south central island of the volcanic chain included the presence of a small secretive bird called the Galapagos rail. Just 2 years ago, several organizations began work on the large-scale Floriana Island restoration project. By removing invasive species that devastated native wildlife for generations, the local environment once again became a haven for species to recover and thrive. So they are seeing species that haven't been seen in almost 200 years.
They are the world's best hide-and-seek players.
Yes, they are. This next one, I want to apologize to anybody from the Indian subcontinent. In the village of Metafal, India, because I can't pronounce your language, the International Crops Research Institute for the Semi-Arid Tropics, or ICRISAT, launched a project in 2023 that aimed at addressing addressing these changes through integrated landscape management and climate smart farming practices. Multiple forms of data collected allowed ICRISAT to target precise strategies for each challenge facing the 2,000 or so people in Matafal. Interventions focused on 3 critical areas: water conservation, land enhancement with crop diversification, and soil health improvement. Rainwater harvesting structures recharged the groundwater around 1,200 acres, raising water tables by 12 feet and securing reliable irrigation. Farm ponds provided supplemental irrigation while embanking across 320 acres to reduce soil erosion. They have turned a large section of India completely green
Nice.
through new irrigation systems.
Fantastic.
Very cool.
So some good conservation efforts and some good news about the hide and seek players. So previously, our menagerie split itself, with Callisto and Carrie going to the Sept of the Towering Giants to ask permission from Doom of the Mountain to see Pyramid Lake, and Connor and Crystal sneaking to Pyramid Lake in an attempt to test their defenses. Connor and Crystal were able to make their way to the lake unaccosted. They hid as 2 scouts caught their scent but were unable to actively locate them. Callisto and Carrie were led to Pyramid Lake by Thunder. While this was happening, Crystal crossed the gauntlet to be confronted with 8 Garu standing guard over the things sealed within the lake. A gentleman entered the basin not long afterward and began taking pictures. Connor informed Crystal through totem speak, and Crystal convinced one of the guards on the other side of the gauntlet, Mawbreaker, to help her jump the gentleman taking pictures. Kenny was attacked and questioned before he knew what was happening, and Callisto, Carrie, and Thunder arrived. Callisto questioned the 2 scouts, and the whole menagerie made their way back to the cairn with their new friend in tow. And the menagerie had discussions about what questions Doom of the Mountain needed to answer, and his good leadership is being questioned. So we pick up this week as Callisto drops an unconscious body in front of Doom of the Mountain within his tent. All right.
Okay.
Happy birthday. We got you the best gift.
A whole person. It's what I always wanted. What's
Well, not whole.
uh,
The ankle's
damaged
not
my
looking
toy.
great.
Callisto just looking at Doom of the Mountain, like waiting for the serious conversation to start.
So this individual is
Associated with one of the Worm's organizations and made it to Pyramid Lake.
We thought you'd like to know.
I appreciate that greatly. I guess it was lucky that you 2 went with Thunder today. Then
Did you lose a messenger going up to Pyramid Lake?
not that I'm aware of.
Because they didn't know a fucking thing of what was going on.
Interesting.
Technically, I should point out, technically, this person wasn't caught by one set of good fortune. It's because we're underhanded fucks, and we decided to go check out the lake. I stepped closer. I sort of gesture over to Connor.
Still in big cat form.
Yep.
I see.
I'm
Well,
very
this-
curious. I'm very curious how the Guardians of Pyramid Lake did not know anything about the dangers they needed to be prepared for.
That is interesting. I sent word.
Who did you
With
send
whom?
word with?
Broken Twigs. They're
And who
They're a smaller theurge within the cairn.
And can we confirm that they did as they were told?
He stands up, walks over to the edge of his tent, pulls back a flap.
By the way, sorry, I would like to lie detect this motherfucker.
I was about to say, Callisto is not certain she believes that.
Anyway, I can also lie detect.
Okay. Everybody who wants to see if he is full of shit can give me wits and empathy difficulty 7.
I
Yeah, no.
Nope, not a thing. Cannot
No?
read a damn thing. So many ones.
So,
Which is funny because I have good marks in both of those, but
Yeah,
no.
same.
Better yet, how about Doom of the Mountain what's Doom of the Mountain's manipulation subterfuge?
Doom of the Mountains manipulation and subterfuge is. Oh, buddy, that's not good for you. Combined total 5.
Okay.
I am going to God. I'm gonna blow through my willpower like nobody's. Oh no, this is just a roll. Never mind. So I can do this to everybody if I want to in order.
So
Yeah, I want to know what. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm using the gift Truth of Gaia, or the cat version of Truth of Gaia.
Okay.
Oh,
I succeed. The gift reveals words that have been spoken that are true and which are false.
Okay.
I am meanwhile activating Coyote's intuition because I want to know what the thing he least wants to talk about now is. What is his willpower?
Doom of the Mountains willpower.
Uh-huh. That's my diff.
2, 1, 2, 8.
8. Okay. With difficulty 8. Oh, nope, that's the wrong thing. Did I not? Okay, well, fine. I guess I will. Oh, there it is. I will spend a willpower on this. Which gives me 2 successes.
Okay. So we will resolve Connor's first.
Yes.
The entire from the moment he says I sent a messenger, nothing he said afterwards was true.
Over totem phone, that's relayed.
Over totem phone, son of a.
Crystal, the thing that he does not want to talk about most at the current moment.
I feel like this is there's so much to pick from moment.
There is so many things to pick from. This kind of bleeds into the same thing, so that'll he feels like his at this current moment, he feels like he is cornered and his leadership is being questioned. He does not wish to talk about that.
Okay.
Like that is the thing that fronts up against everything else.
So as he starts walking towards the door,
Mhm.
I step in his way.
Okay.
Sup, dude?
So, I'm going to ask you to move, please.
I'm gonna tell you to lick me. Listen. you and I both know that you are completely full of shit right now. And I don't think you want me telling people outside of this particular building that fact. So you can start talking, or a coyote gonna do what a coyote gonna do. Your call.
Are the rest of
You
us
have-
split into your
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're standing here.
You have to the count of 5.
core
He He turns and looks straight at Callisto.
Callisto has this sort of like, you heard the coyote.
You walked into my cairn. You questioned
You're
my
fucking
leadership.
right, I do.
You lied to our face after we have warned you about what is coming.
Yes, because creatures that are not under my purview walked in here and started making demands. Of course, I didn't listen to you.
I requested that you up security on what is your purview, knowing that there are dangers coming that I have actively saved your clan members from. You can't deny the dangers are there. Twice now we have shown them to you.
See, here's the thing, Bubby. Me, Callisto, all of us, none of us can challenge you in a way that you all recognize. I'm pretty sure there are people out there who can. And I've given you grace on 5 seconds. I'm 1 second away from walking out of that door and I'm starting to talk.
I never
One.
sent a messenger.
Why?
Like I said, I didn't believe you.
Do you believe us now? After you didn't believe me after I rescued your clan member from their fucking jail cells.
Certain lives are forfeit.
certain lives are
When
what?
things happen.
Excuse me?
Certain lives are forfeit when events happen.
Oh,
Are we talking kinfolk? I mean, if you don't answer, I'm just going to assume the answer is yes.
Yes.
I mean, is it whoever draws the fucking short straw or just who got on your bad side that day?
I think, and I don't have a better way to phrase this. So just keep that in mind before you go do what you're gonna do when I say something like this. I'm pretty sure our big alpha here means that they are compromised in some way. Am I wrong?
Not entirely.
So what do they have on you?
The man you know is Dimitri,
I
his cousin.
fucking knew it. I said that, didn't I?
You knew who he was when we first came to you. You didn't feel like fucking sharing any of that? Because we found it out anyway.
Did you honestly think that when this all goes to shit that you're going to be spared? You think they care?
I don't think anyone cares.
I fucking care.
Look, I know I'm being the bitch right now, but
Right.
let's give a tiny bit. I'm not even going to say grace, a tiny bit of moment here. Because I don't know about y'all. I don't have any real family. But if I did, if my mother was still alive and that was a situation, I can 100% say for sure, without a doubt in my mind, that I wouldn't be compromised either. To be clear, you done bad.
Is the moment over now?
What about his? Do they have his cousin?
Jared is my cousin.
Is your cousin? You are his cousin. Fun. Which means, if I'm not mistaken, you also are tied via distant family lineage to the werewolf who
Distant.
should not be named.
Distantly. Yes.
It makes him what, your granduncle?
Something similar, I suppose.
Oh, if that's because yeah, that's about right.
And you don't want to protect the thing that will unearth your family shame.
At the end of all of this, I know that Jared isn't coming back.
Yeah, there's something else in his skin now.
I can attest to that. All right. Here's the thing. You are definitely going to have to answer for that. That's not on us. I will give you my proposal is that we give you time to inform your sept before we do it for you. But you doing that and causing a huge chain of succession problem and etc. is not going to help us right now. So you at least got until we get this whole thing resolved. The immediate concern resolved.
That goes out the window if you don't start doing your fucking job.
Yes, that goes almost without saying, but you're right, it needed to be said.
How can we trust the word? We've already tried twice.
Because we don't have an option at this point. If we out him to the rest of the set, he's fucked.
I'm just saying how we gonna hold accountability here?
Fuck
I
it.
think
I'm issuing an ultimatum.
Okay.
What's his will? We're rolling opposed willpower here.
So his willpower is 8.
So is mine. Dice don't fuck me.
So
I
just-
mean, it's you and it's World of
5.
Darkness dice. So okay, fair enough.
so just press willpower.
Willpower difficulty 6. Fuck yes. So
What does this mean? What do we see?
So what Callisto does is she growls for a minute, and her eyes turn ursine as she stares and locks eyes with Doom in the Mountains and says, "Either you start doing your fucking job and make up for your mistakes, or we walk outside right now and you challenge me in front of your entire cairn. I pick the battle."
Crystal just pinches the bridge of her nose like, "This is why I work alone, Coyote."
Somewhere in the distance in the back of your head, there is a cackle that goes off, Crystal.
Bitch.
Doom of the Mountain breaks eye contact first, turns around, opens the tent. I need 4 patrols sent to Pyramid Lake immediately. Send 4 Arun, 1 for each patrol. Have them go abound the territories. Day and night. Constantly cycle shifts. There's a threat. And there is a bevy of questions that start flying from the 2 guards that are on either side of the opening to the tent. He simply steps back in and closes the flaps.
Smart choice.
All right, so we need to know what we need to know. Like, what do we know that we don't? What do we not know that we should? By which I mean everything.
And to be clear, he has no choice but to follow through with one of those 2 options. So making up for his mistakes is up to what he believes his mistakes are.
Right.
Yes. Yeah. There's some really bad wording than that, but fair enough. The changeling in my brain is trying to tell me all the ways to go around the loopholes through that.
But he's a werewolf. It's his honor that matters more than the loopholes.
100%.
This is where we find out that he's secretly actually a ragabash. And nobody told us. So he doesn't give a shit about his honor because he's been putting it all in wisdom and glory.
I learned about my cousin Jared at a young age. He was different at times. He, just like any other kinfolk child, grew up in the area and grew up around us, but it almost seems like he could talk to spirits. He never showed any true ability, but he started digging up things about his grandfather. And when he learned the truth, finally, we sent him away. Because he wouldn't stop asking questions. And it was easier to send him away and not let him do things within the cairn than to have him right here. Should have killed him. Of course, he hasn't been here for almost 20 years at this point.
When you say asking questions,
He got too interested in the details, the rituals that were used to put Hellbreaker in Pyramid Lake. So he removed him from people who had the knowledge.
Okay.
This is a long shot. Or actually, no, I'm going to ask your opinion. Is it any surprise to you that he's ended up where he is now?
No. Because instead of supporting him and encouraging him to do the right thing and abandon this, we turned our backs on him and threw him out into the cold.
You had 3 choices, and it sounds like of all 3 of them, you picked the wrong one. You could have supported him, and you could have killed him.
Instead, we let him go. What did this gentleman? What role does he play?
He was taking, quote, wildlife surveys of the path up towards Pyramid Lake, aka scouting for the enemy,
And
whether he knew it or not.
he is a contractor for Neogenetics Amalgamated up in Modesto.
There's a flash of recognition across his eyes. That's
Good
not
news.
good.
Here's the good news. He didn't send. He was getting pictures, locations, and specific info about the local flora, fauna, and wolf population. The good news is none of it got sent back. The bad news is none of it got sent back, and thus they're gonna know. Unless you send false information back.
Think sending them a red herring, I believe it's called.
That's the human metaphor, yes.
I mean,
If we
Look.
tell them there is no wolf population, they're going to know we're lying.
sure. But if you tell them it's a very small wolf population that doesn't look like they're doing well, they're likely to send a smaller force. This is how you lay a trap.
Embellish details.
We are Elmer Fudd with the box and the stick. And they're bugs, but the problem is their bugs is dumb because it's a worm bugs.
They don't. What do bugs have to?
It-
Doesn't matter.
She's using human metaphors, but you're basically all you need to know is that it would be laying the right kind of trap.
It's a trap.
You tell them that the wolves looked malnourished, or a number of bad embellishments. It'd be very easy to trick them one way or the other, I think.
If you make your enemy confident in your weakness, he'll make mistakes.
And which one of you has his communicator?
I believe that it was legitimately taken by one of you guys that took him out immediately.
Yeah, I've got it. It's like I'm in fucking Star Trek. The phone. It's what they're called. Here.
Okay. Hey.
He will take the phone.
Yep.
And then hand it to Callisto.
Dorothy realizes that Doom in the Mountain has no idea how to use a phone.
less that he doesn't know how to use a phone, and more that tech infuriates him to a slight degree.
I mean, that's fair. Betraying one's sept infuriates most guru, but apparently he's okay with that. So, different strokes for different folks.
Exactly. 100%.
Working with the worm, letting the weaver in.
Callisto takes the phone, looks at it. Is it already unlocked at this point?
Yes, because I had used, I had put it up to his face.
Face recognition.
The face, yeah.
Does he have his reports typed up and ready to send?
Yeah, it seems like he's done a small report on this guy really likes and knows his flowers.
Mm-hmm.
So his flora detail is extremely detailed. He has not, there is no indication that he has encountered a wolf. So he does take notes of many of the other animals in the area, but has not noted a wolf population of any kind.
Any mentions of a very large cat?
No, he didn't see that.
Yeah.
That moved invisible through the woods like
Also, he would have lost his damn mind if he saw the big cat.
That is very true. He would have rectified it as something else.
Callisto looks over it. Looks like he didn't see any wolves, which means the two scouts you had out there were doing their jobs and not being spotted.
I mean, to be fair, they weren't exactly spotting people coming in.
Yeah, they weren't doing the scouting part, but they were doing the.
They
hiding.
were doing it. They just weren't as good as we were sneaky. I'm trying to pump up my cat brethren.
No. So they just need to be taught how to fucking scout.
Being the hype girl here. I mean, come on.
Now, if we send this as it is with no reports on wolf population whatsoever, they'll know that
Something's fishy.
Yeah, that's a bad idea. What is the actual population there?
There are about 100 of us.
Cut that in a quarter.
75.
No, into a quarter. I was going to say 25.
25. Okay. Nice.
25 werewolves is still enough.
It's enough to be believable. I'm assuming that our good friend was giving details on the state of the local flora as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Note that they are not the wolves are not looking to be in great shape.
Yeah, so she'll
scientify that.
Yeah, she'll mark up notes about estimated wolf population according to park rangers is around 25 in the area, and what wolves I have seen appear to be underfed, possibly afflicted with mange, do not appear to be in good health.
Anything else you're including in that report?
Did it mention any other wildlife or
Yeah, she's kind of looking over the rest of the wildlife mentions.
There are definitely no hot girls in trench coats walking around, in case you're wondering.
not wildlife?
I beg to differ. You haven't seen what I'm like when I'm not on mission.
She's going to adjust the estimations of the rest of the wildlife down to match the wolves to just make it seem like this area is just not doing well right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Easy enough.
I mean, because that would make sense if if Big Bad
He's leaking out. Yeah.
is starting to leak out.
Birds are scraggly. Fish have 3 eyes.
Dogs and cats are living together.
Callisto's lived in the woods for a long time. She knows what healthy animal populations look like and what
The
bad ones look
goats
like.
are not eating anything.
The birds are flying upside down. It's all manner of weird. Okay, so you type that up and send that off. There is no response, no immediate response.
Yeah, she wouldn't expect it there to be.
So I don't know if Limpy McFloderson is gonna have much more information to give us, but you're free to ask.
I doubt there's. Oh, you've told me basically everything. I assume.
Yeah,
I
have.
assume you've told
That
me
we've
everything.
gathered. Yeah, we're not in the
Yes.
business of lying to our allies.
I wasn't gonna put that fine a point on it, but fair. So we're good with this guy?
Yes.
All right, I shoot him in the head.
Fair enough. The smoke and the smoke clears and Doom in the Mountain just gives a sharp whistle and the 2 guards outside come in, just grab the body. One grabs the shoulders and one grabs the feet and just take him out.
Now he will become one with nature.
I'm glad that you made the right decision. I will admit, I'm a little disappointed I didn't get to wrestle you in front of your entire cairn.
I recognize that I have a lot of failings intellectually due to my status and my birth. So I figured you might go against one of those, and I knew I would not have a
Oh, I give people a fair shake,
steady leg.
but I also know that you aren't beating me in a wrestling match.
Also, I'm going to be honest. If you had gone out there and started wrestling, all I needed was Callisto to hold you there long enough. While I went around and found all of the elders and just told them anyways.
I mean, I would at least like it to last long enough for me to pop some popcorn, but you know.
All right. Well, this has been fun.
You don't have to lie.
That's
sarcasm from her.
No, that's not lying nor sarcasm. This has legitimately been fun. Terrifying and all bad news, but also legitimately fun. Do you know how many times I'm sorry, are you full actual elder or are you like Athro? Like, do you know how many times I am able to just step in front of an Athro, tell them to fuck off, and walk away without limping?
Would you like to change it?
The answer is no.
That's what I thought.
It's fine, I'm faster. But I'm just saying, you have to find the good in every situation. All right, we good to go?
Yes, if there's any further developments, I'll send word.
We'll hold you to that. Well, she'll hold you to that. Literally.
Callisto looks him in the eyes. You know I will.
He walks out with you, and about 20 feet away is Thunder, who he looks at and just 2 fingers beckons, come here. She plods over. He bends down and just pulls her close and whispers something in her ear. Then lets go. Turns around. Thunder will show you out.
All right, let's go.
And yeah, Thunder leads you back to where your vehicles are.
As they're walking, once they're out of the cairn, Callisto will just ask, "Do you feel like sharing what that conversation was?"
You wanted me to watch and listen to what you had to say.
Hmm.
People tend to talk above me, so
He assumed I didn't respect you enough to register that you were around me when you were escorting us.
yes.
Under your what? I don't know. Where are you on hierarchy? Just out of curiosity.
No, Cleath.
Okay, I figured as much. I just wanted to check and make sure. Um,
I guess he assumed you all would gossip while we walked back, and
we're
didn't
gossiping.
think that I would.
We're gossiping right now.
Just a bit.
Anyways,
If he asks you, tell him I said not in the business.
And do.
so what's the plan, Stans?
It's about like a little after 1, getting close to 2 in the afternoon.
Well, we actually got Pyramid Lake properly defended, so that's a big goal done for the day.
Goddamn right.
As you guys get to the parking lot, Thunder's head just 90 degrees turns right. That's a lot of foot traffic.
Callisto looks.
Uh, Perception alertness difficulty 7.
Connor hides in the trees at the mention of foot traffic.
3.
Also 3.
Harry, there's a lot of movement happening from within the trees. You're able to tell different colors, a lot of wolves. Crystal, Callisto, probably about 20 wolves just went by you guys, headed towards Pyramid Lake.
Did you recognize those smells, Thunder?
Yeah, they're all Kieran members.
That's what I'm just
Right. He was sending actual packs to go protect the
Yep.
lake.
She sniffs. Well, now I'm just offended.
why is that?
Because blossoming dancers amongst them.
You do have a rivalry going on?
No, but I'm kind of upset that only one of our pack was taken.
Not the rest of your pack. You
Is
didn't smell any other pack mates out there.
No.
Are you familiar with the other smells? Are they just being
It's a good question. Did they otherwise take whole packs, or is it mix and match?
It seems to be mix and match, so I guess that's less concern, but still.
I mean, I'm sure it's going to be on a rotational basis. This is just first shift, so to speak.
Well, as long as this isn't Doom with the Mountain punishing me for one stupid mistake.
I think he's made enough stupid mistakes of his own.
Say between you, me, and the wall, I don't
Yeah.
think he has any room to talk about stupid
You-
mistakes.
Of course, I can't talk negatively about Doom with the Mountain.
We know we can read between the lines. It's all good. Honey, I've spent my entire life growing up in hair salons. I am more than familiar with the things that people cannot say that they say in so many words.
It's something, but I'm. Yeah. Good.
And here's
Good luck.
and here's something that I will say straightforward. If you ever need me, you come get me.
Okay.
I would assume that goes for all of us, but I don't want to speak for anyone else.
Damn straight it goes for all of us. Well, me at least.
Over totem phone, it's like I'd hope if the care needed use of a pharmacist, they'd come get me. They've done so in the past.
And the over totem phone time, everybody has use of a pharmacist. I don't think you're going to be out of the job anytime.
Good luck out there, Thunder.
Thunder bows her head and turns around and darts off into the forest.
What's our next lead?
Well, how rigid have any of you been with checking your text messages during this whole thing?
Callisto hasn't, so she's gonna pull out her phone now.
Not checking at all.
Yeah, I was in an after Arun's face. I was not checking my phone.
Like
Not even me.
100%.
Yeah, Callisto's gonna
100%.
check her phone now.
Yeah.
So as you all get back to the bitch mobile, you kind of remember, right? We have cell phones, and so you all look at that, and each one of you has a text message telling you to report to the same tent that you were brought into the National Coalition of Farah at.
From who?
From Doc. A number that Carrie and Crystal don't have, but Connor and Callisto do.
Of which Connor hasn't looked at his phone because he's still in cat form.
Yeah, he's still in cat form.
All right. Well, apparently the organizers want to talk to us.
Good. We're being called to the principal office.
Could be good, could be bad. We'll find out.
Be very annoyed if it's. We done good, so
The follow-up text message says to come at sundown.
That's ritual time. Whatever it is going to be important.
Oh, okay. Mm,
Well, we got a few hours to kill.
You do.
who needs a drink?
I was about to say, I got drinks and food at my place if you want to just chill for an hour or two.
yeah, and I'd like if y'all don't mind. I know this has been on the back burner, but I'd like to talk to see if One Wing can contact that person that supposedly turned me. Mouser or whatever his name was.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. fair.
I mean, like I said, I may not be able to do anything about it, but while there's some downtime,
You want to call One Wing on the ride back?
I was gonna text, but I guess I could call.
Why would you call when you can text?
Because you get an actual conversation and don't have to wait.
Yeah, but then you have to talk to someone.
That you wanted to talk to.
Wanted to communicate with.
I live out in the woods. How am I the least antisocial person here?
I am very social.
I'm a social person. I just don't like. Okay, this is okay. I can't explain it. I sound strange already.
Talking,
I'm very
talking over the
social,
phone
but-
kind of
Go ahead.
talking over the phone sucks compared to talking to someone in person though.
Correct.
I'm much better at talking in person than I am, and I'm also not so good with the like. I'm better when I text than when I talk on the phone without seeing a person. I don't know.
Do what you're gonna do. Let's get out of here.
All right. She is going to get in whatever car she's getting into. Whose cars did we take? We took the truck and the bitchmobile?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The Constants.
I gotta or Carrie's gonna get into the truck because there's less of a chance of like a soundtrack going at full blast in the truck. Not that would normally be a downside, but
Yeah, like if you're doing an actual phone call, Callisto will turn down the music.
not great for cut. No, but like, but Crystal like is like we're taking this up to 11.
Yeah, that's like that's a fair assessment. Yeah,
which is not normally an issue.
Yeah.
Not good for talking on the phone.
Yeah,
Correct.
Callisto is considerate of you being on a phone call.
All right.
Unnotably, we'll shift back to Hamid so he can fit into a vehicle.
Fair enough. Are you calling One Wing or are you texting?
Yes, I am calling One Wing.
There's you get just before you think it's gonna go to voicemail. Carrie, hi, how are you doing? What time is it?
It's in the afternoon.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Are you all right?
Yeah, just waking up. To what do I owe the pleasure?
Okay, so we're in a bit of a moment where I can talk about this now. You said, however long ago it was, that you may know of the person in New Mexico, the other Korax that turned me.
You hear a small thud from the other side of the phone and then shifting. Yeah, what about him?
I would like to get in touch with him if at all possible.
Yeah, absolutely. I can do that for you. That's it might take me a day or two, but I can get in touch with him.
Day or two is fine. Day or two is fine. I appreciate it. I'd really like some answers.
I bet you would, kiddo. Yeah, I will see what I can do. Let me get some coffee in me, and I will get started on that.
Okay.
Did you get the summons for tonight?
Yes.
Okay.
I've received the summons.
Okay. Yeah, all 5 of you need to show up.
Okay, just so I'm managing my anxiety, this is not a bad thing per se, is it?
That depends on your definition of bad.
Oh, great.
No. From general standpoint, I will say no.
Okay, I will take your word for it.
Note, there's only 4 of us right now because one of us is still in the Umbra.
Oh, there might be a bit of a so
Clover.
Clover, thank you. All the C names were going around in my head and not one of them was sticking. Yeah, there might be a bit of an issue because Clover is stuck in the Umbra.
Stuck.
Stuck.
Still.
Okay.
Still not stuck, but still in the Umbra. We haven't really been able to contact her.
For how long?
Like a couple days.
About 48 hours.
Oh well, that was good knowing Clover. Yeah, they always go missing after the first 48. And
Yes,
she's-
I've seen the true crime. Yep.
Well, I will.
Wait, what?
I will pour one out for Clover. I mean, I'm gonna finish coffee and get
Yeah, first
into
coffee and then
finding.
do the things.
Yeah. I will let the rest of the Elder Council know about Clover.
Okay.
And he hangs up without saying goodbye.
I'm not going to fault him for it because coffee. No, I was referring to the the true crime series 48 hours is based on after the first 48 hours it's harder to solve a kidnapping case or missing person.
The trail goes cold after about 48 hours.
Yeah. It's not impossible, but it's much more difficult.
The odds dramatically drop of finding a living person after that.
Yep. So.
Not that I, watch hours upon hours upon hours upon hours of true crime.
I mean, why? It's very relaxing.
It is.
It's really nice to see somebody else living out their dreams.
Jesus Christ.
Not where I was going.
Incredible.
But you do you. Anyway,
It's harder nowadays.
I guess we're going back to the cabin.
Hey. Ringtail is sitting on the couch with a tube of Pringles about halfway empty and on his arm.
How much of the rest of the house is fucked up in the time that I have been, the few hours that I have been gone?
Weirdly, nothing.
How long has Ringtail been stuck with the Pringles can on his arm?
He doesn't want to talk about it.
Because and therefore unable to fuck other shit up because he's struggling with the Pringles can.
Having a problem there, buddy?
No. Yes.
My dude, you have thumbs.
And another arm?
It's like up to his shoulder.
Hang on. Callisto walks.
It very easily comes off.
Yeah, he's like, twist, pop.
This was the better solution. He just dumps the entire tube of Pringles on the floor. Then slides down onto the floor and starts eating this.
Callista just shakes her head. All right, drinks, food.
Yeah.
Sure. Ah,
So
I want food, I want drink, and if somebody has a joint, I will take it.
doink.
Thank you.
Yep.
What are we feeling? Breakfast, pancakes, something meat, something actual dinner.
Breakfast.
As long as it has spice, I'm fine. Or if not spice, at least get me one of those like hot one sauces that I can pour all over it, no matter what it is.
How
It can
spicy
be
we?
cereal.
How spicy we talking?
The bomb.
Fair enough. She pulls out her dried black pepper seasoning, or not black pepper, dried ghost pepper seasoning that she
Heck yeah.
keeps for rare occasions.
but you're gonna have to pick.
Unscrews the cap and it just like you do with the salt shaker.
I'm just amused by the cat antics right now.
Anyone else a particular spice head and or intolerant of spices?
I don't do a lot of spice, so is Carrie in the room?
I mean,
could be in the
presumably
kitchen if you
you're in
want.
the living room, and the kitchen is an open concept, so you can see her from the living room.
Spice, yes, but not where I can't taste the food.
So, jalapenos, not ghost pepper.
Correct.
Fair enough. Connor?
Do the spice.
Yeah, Connor will do the spice.
All right.
He
Peer
did something.
pressure works.
No, I was trying to think. Connor watched Hot Ones in college. Definitely tried some
Oh
of them.
my god.
I was having to look up how long Hot Ones has been around.
Yeah. Callisto pulls out pancake batter, hash brown mix, and like some frozen chicken, and starts making breakfast for dinner.
Wonderful. Ah. Well, that's the closest I've come to death in at least a couple of weeks.
I keep forgetting that you all live under one auspice your whole life.
First of all, how dare you forget? That means that we're not doing our job right.
I was just thinking I came way closer to death when I was living as an Arcast, but you know.
I said in the last couple of weeks.
It's
Basically, since I've known y'all. Although it has been at least a few, well, it's been a while since I've stepped in front of an angry Aru. I do believe that's a first for the leader of a whole set. So check that off my bucket list.
Fair enough.
It's good to have goals.
I mean, if you are not trying to, if you are not risking your existence for something that seems to other people extremely stupid, are you even living?
I had that thought.
Did somebody cross stitch that on a pillow for you once or something?
No.
I had that thought when I was an Arcast, and when I became an Usmati, I realized living also includes fighting for causes you believe in.
I'm confused how you think that doesn't relate to that.
Not everyone finds the cause you believe in stupid.
I keep in mind, I said other people see as stupid.
Yeah. Some causes even other people don't really see as stupid.
Maybe that just means you're hanging out with the wrong people,
Or the right ones.
depending.
I'm gonna fill in Scantron bubble C, all of the above. Always go with C. Like, it's your best shot.
Have you actually passed? Because I feel like you are the person who will have actually done this. Have you actually passed a test by filling all C's on the Scantron?
Absolutely not. I did not need to, um, because I had people that I got to give me the answers.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I had to test that all the answers were C before. That professor was just trying to troll us.
I had professors who did that. I f- I feared my abuela strongla too much to actually flip flop, to actually ever attempt to cheat on a test.
I mean, that's fair. I'm a delinquent, so
I
I am the victim of it. The victim of um a broken home, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, and whatever other excuse I can use to justify my bullshit behavior.
oh no, I just had two very uh passionate and loud Hispanic. I was raised by two very passionate and loud Hispanic women who I very much respected after crossing the line a few times.
Mhm. I just had the one, and she was working a lot, so it's fine.
Meanwhile, getting raised among Garal kinfolk is kind of it takes a village kind of situation, specifically a village of Native Americans.
I can see that. What about you, Kitty?
Eh, boring. Upper middle class white people.
Ugh, I'm sorry.
Did was mayonnaise considered a spice in your house?
Not really. Like my family is Scottish, not like American white people.
Okay.
So it's haggis, not mayo.
Yes.
To be fair, haggis is a pretty good dish, having had it before.
Haggis, yeah, respect. Haggis is awesome. So who in your family played the bagpipes?
My uncle did.
Nice.
I assume storyteller that 5 was probably an average difficulty for like basic breakfast for
Yep.
dinner.
100%. Yeah, you make a fantastic dinner for everyone.
My craft specialty is in cooking, so it's actually 4 successes. So
Nice.
you
So
know,
dinner is had.
lay out stacks of pancakes, couple of different types of syrup, like bowl of hash browns, tray of chicken that's been breaded, and lays out sprinkling spices and also bottled sauces. Spicy food, how you like?
Perfect.
Out of game. I'm legitimately drooling right now. That sounds amazing. No, breakfast for dinner is like my favorite thing ever.
Yeah.
So Carrie builds her plate. She also gets uh some coffee, some orange juice, and sits down. And after she finishes eating is when she lays back and smokes a joint. trying to calm her nerves.
So dinner's had. There's a couple hours of relaxing,
Yeah.
and you guys need to head back out as the sun begins to set. I assume you're taking 2 vehicles, or are you all just going in the Bitchmobile this time?
Callista always takes her own truck.
Fair enough. I always have to ask. So you pull up to the tent that has been dubbed headquarters. It has been torn down and set back up again, which is fairly obvious. The thing that catches your eye is the large bonfire that is going on behind it. Massive, probably 10-foot flames going, and there are a number of individuals entering the tent and exiting the tent. And as you guys get there, Doc comes out of the tent to wave and starts approaching the vehicles.
What's
All
up,
right.
physician?
I haven't heard that one before.
Yeah, I know. I assume not, because everyone's going to go for the easy one.
Exactly. That was good. I heard about Clover. Is she good? Is she?
Clover is currently doing her own thing, and it's very difficult to
Communing with the
tell.
spirits.
Clover is being clovery.
She hasn't
She's
responded to Totem Phone in a while, and I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
If it goes for longer than a week, you should be concerned.
Well,
Yeah.
but I think, I don't know. I am new to this whole having a group I can speak in my head to. But if something if let's just say he was no longer able to communicate with us on a permanent basis, we'd know, right? Like, if we all have walkie-talkies and somebody drops one, you get some kind of indication.
Yeah, you would know if she was no longer fighting for
Yeah. Okay.
Gaia.
Last she left us, she was going to commune with the Cairn spirit, and I'm assuming that communion is taking a while.
Interesting. The redwoods at the Sept of the Towering Giants?
Yeah.
Fascinating. Okay.
You know,
fair.
actually, that makes more sense now that I think about it. A tree spirit might talk very slowly.
They might just now be getting introductions done, because let's be honest, we all love our Clover, but our Clover is not good at focusing herself, much less other people.
There are some tree spirits that like to come by the Den Realm, and they can be slow. They take their time.
Not
Not
so
that I
what's
don't.
up? Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Not that I don't love my core ex sister. However, why are we here?
Yeah.
Mother Webb has been shown everything you've done over the past few weeks.
She did it. I'm
It-
pointing to Carrie.
Do you take sole responsibility?
No.
That depends. What are we talking about?
No, I don't. I would never take sole responsibility.
Because the cool shit I did.
You did pull off some very interesting stunts. I will give you that one. No, tonight's a good thing.
Okay,
It
because
sounds like you were going to say something insulting about me.
I was about to
No, of course not.
say that, if the fire was going to be like an ashes to ashes kind of thing, but
Well, this is where we end your menagerie.
Y'all haven't known Doc long enough to hear his sarcasm voice.
Well,
Oh no, I just assumed that was bullshit because we got shit to do still.
Honestly, you all are getting shit done a lot faster than any of us could.
I mean, basically making this up as I go along. I really have no idea.
You're doing good. Don't denigrate yourself.
I
That's
did. I
my
wasn't.
job.
I wasn't denigrating myself. I'm just saying I'm making this up as it's going along, and obviously I'm doing pretty well at it.
Anyway, I'm assuming tonight's a rite of renown then.
Yes.
Okay,
but what does that mean?
It means we get recognized for all the shit that we did and get our reputation gets improved both among socially and supernaturally. Some aspects of your reputation resonate in your spirit, and the rite of renown is a way to make that happen more permanently.
Now, some of you might not. You're all familiar with all of the different Farah.
No,
A little bit.
More or less.
Most of them.
So there's going to be a thing you're going to see tonight. I don't want you to be scared.
Is it the weird gerbils?
No, it's not the weregerbils or
God damn
the
it!
werepossums.
Good. I am waiting for the weird gerbil who uses a Ferris wheel as a running
As a hamster wheel.
as a hamster wheel.
no, what's bullshit? And Carrie is just like going right and like I don't even know what's bullshit anymore.
That's the point.
Well, no one's actually been to the mountains of Appalachia long enough to confirm whether the Mothman are a legitimate Farah breed, but
You fucked a Mothman.
Are you arachnophobic?
No.
Nope.
Then no worries at all.
Okay.
I take it Mother Webb is leading the proceedings.
Yes. And he takes you into the tent. A few of the members you have seen previous are there in different ceremonial garb. Some of them are in different types of robes. Others, Dancing Cackle is here. She is in Latrani form. Trying to think. There is a hyena there as well. And yeah, that's it. That's inside the tent at the current moment. But everybody just sort of stops and looks at you as the four of you are brought in by Doc. Welcome.
Greetings all.
Thank you.
One wing walks over and to you, Carrie, and pulls out a small tin, takes the top of the tin off and dabs with a black substance and just smears it Mufasa style across your forehead and then down the bridge of your nose.
Okay.
I lean over to Callisto. Go pick her up.
Callisto just looks over. No.
From the rest of you, the way the two are separated, it almost looks like a fairly crudely drawn bird. With sort of a semicircle and a line through to make the head and tail.
Mm-hmm.
He then takes, he closes that tin and opens another one with a red paint and places one thumbprint under your left eye and one under your right.
Harry just holds very still.
You've done great.
Thank you.
So if the four of you would follow us, and the back of the tent opens, and you can see the inferno outside. And as you all walk towards the bonfire and take your places around it, a 10-foot tall figure looms in the dark. One long leg stretches out, and then the other, as a giant 12-foot tall tarantula walks next to the fire and sits down and turns its head towards the four of you. And that's where we're going to go on break.
Nope.
Remember, when we take our break, you take your break. So stand up, stretch your legs, move around, do whatever you do, whatever you need to do. And we will be back in just a few minutes after these commercial messages.
We are back.
We are back. So this 12-foot tall tarantula has sat down. Your eyes flick to the side as a large tiger looms from the other side of the fire, and standing above all of them, a large reptilian creature. The easiest way to put it, walking dinosaur.
Oh shit.
There is the sound of drumming as one wing comes out of the tent holding a large drum and just repeatedly thumping against it. Mother Webb stands again. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Your menagerie has done many good deeds for our coalition. We recognize those tonight under Gaia's light. Which of you would first like to speak your deeds?
Callisto looks over to see if either of the two talkers feel like stepping up and bragging first.
Harry's just
I
like,
elbow Carrie in the side.
and totem phone. I'm like, I need to see somebody else go first, please.
Let her off easy, Callisto.
All right. Callisto will step forward.
Now, we have reports from your Burijan of deeds done by you and your menagerie. If we hear those claimed from your mouth, we verify. And renown can be handed accordingly. So please, your greatest deed since taking lead of this menagerie.
With all respect, I think my greatest deed is one that my Burijan has yet to hear to be able to verify, considering I believe it happened earlier today.
Callisto, you can give me a perception and perception and empathy difficulty 8.
Perception and empathy or wits and empathy?
Yeah, let's do wits.
4.
Okay. Usually Pythas formed spiders are very hard. It is very hard to read the emotion of a spider. Considering all 8 of those eyes blink at different times, and there's no facial features. But you just catch on the faintest two of the top eyes have kind of squinted, if possible. And she leans a little forward, tucking herself all together. Go on.
Well, much as I could tell stories of deeds that I've already reported to my Burijan, I think in the long-term prosecution of our goals, I think the greatest deed that I've accomplished happened earlier today when I was forced to prick the elder of the local Guru Cairn to his duties and remind him of what he is meant to be doing at personal risk to myself. And she'll give the details of the encounter of what the elder wasn't doing and what they should have been doing and how that had to be fixed.
There's silence amongst the Farah in front of you. And as you finish your story, the coyote stands And you didn't want to challenge him in combat.
Fighting him, whether I lived, whether I died, would have been pointless. As though he was misguided, he was not an enemy. So I gave him the opportunity, the ultimatum, to either fix his mistakes or resolve it my way. He chose the wiser option.
I like this one. The T-Rex in the back leans forward. Dark emerald scales being lit by fire. You display wisdom and heart. You face down an Arun without a second glance. It takes a lot of self-worth to do that.
I'm reminded.
Doc stays quiet for this.
I take high praise from those who are Gaia's memory on that regard, as I am reminded every night of the history that I share with the Guru.
You may take your place again amongst your menagerie.
Just step back.
Well,
Connor will step forward. And he'll recount his deeds in a approachable but kind of clinical manner. In a way that I cannot describe, in a way I can't replicate.
fair.
It very much sounds like a scientist giving a presentation at a conference.
There's a lot of numbers, a lot of statistics that get thrown out. And as you finish your story, One Wing leans over to the tiger and says, "Do you understand half of that?" The large tiger just gives him a small shove, and he dances about 4 feet to the side.
I'll overtone and speak. Do you want to go next or you want to go last?
I'll go last.
Okay. All right, check it out.
If Carrie wasn't so nervous, she would be like laughing out loud right now.
So listen, there's plenty there's plenty of humility to be taught to those of guys' children around here, but sometimes if you can't immediately eliminate them, you do have to teach humility to the worms kids too. So let me tell you about how I snuck my way into a building, up the elevator, found a Fomerai, shot him in the back of the head multiple times, and then let him chase me out a window and fall 30 stories to the ground.
There's a heavy silence that sort of hangs over everything for about 10 seconds. And then, simultaneously, the hyena and the coyote just fall over laughing. There are
Oh
a few
yeah, and we
comments
also
that
got
are
a bunch of information that was relevant, and so on and so forth. So it was tactical too.
Carrie, you feel 4 sets of eyes on you as you can feel Mother Web bearing down on you.
I'm normally much more talkative, but I feel very much out of my element. However, I will do my best to describe my part in all this, however small it might be. Um, I don't know about my greatest, but my 3 things that have changed the tide, so to speak. Um, I was part of a team that went to uh, uh, the one we know as Dimitri or Jared recovered valuable information and insight from his cabin uh, down by the lake in his former set. We were able to divine information and leads from that, which got us to the next step of our journey. I was an undercover agent. Um, I believe the word is honey trapping. If we're going to go colloquial, with a member of middle management from Indron, where we got the information on timelines and dig sites in contracts that affect Gaia's children and the unleashing of unmentionables. And lastly, I maintained my longest uh my longest uh time in Korax form, in non-Hamid form, um going through windows and staircases and uh the air vents of Indron to find the the guru
Mhm.
that was taken within and was able to direct um uh other members of my menagerie to set him free.
That's just an out of character joke. Go ahead, keep going.
um so I would like to believe that those things uh were small yet great accomplishments.
One Wing says you've been the eyes and ears for your group and you helped save a wolf. Will you two stop fighting, please? Thank you.
Never.
They went to another room to do it, so that's all that matters to me.
Yes, I guess you could say that.
Spider stands and recedes into the darkness without saying anything. Few other members of the Elder Council step into the dark, and hushed words can be heard being exchanged. Meanwhile, a woman with flaming red hair walks beyond all of you in a pure white robe, back into the tent. And as the large Tyrannosaurus steps out of the shadows and the spider follows, the tent flap is thrown open. A large 9-foot tall red furred fox with 8 tails walks out holding a curved blade. About a foot long, gleaming white
Now that's
metal.
a knife.
Very much so.
Over the tone speak. Oh, right. I forgot about this. This is the point where one of us gets sacrificed for the others to advance.
Harry just goes, "You got my vote."
You're voting for Crystal?
I mean, that's fair.
That hush falls over everything again as the drumming slows. Your deeds have been recounted and have been verified. All for, except for certain ones. She turns to Callisto. Your bearing in your past deeds lend a bit of credibility. Thus, Doc lays reputation on the line. However, you will advance.
I mean, I'm certain there's someone in the crowd who had the ability to discern my truths from my falsehoods.
Tone speak. She really just said bearings, right?
He did. Each of you step forward and hold out your right hand over the fire.
Yep.
So,
And the kitsune beside you reaches out an arm and slices the 4 of your hands in one motion. Your blood hits the flames and sizzles. And each of you smells something different when it hits. Callisto, you're hit with the smell of the forest, of home, of the deep mountain earth, and of the thicket there. Crystal, you smell the sand of New Mexico and feel the burning sun of your home. There's a slight bit of stank that marijuana often gives to everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then the smell of rich sandalwood. Carrie, you smell beauty products. Dozens of them. It's a little overbearing because there's no discernment from bleach to body wash. It's everything. And the smell of salt water, the smell of sand, the smell of meadows. And what you're getting is a story of somebody who left one to take the other. Connor, the smell of different chemicals begins filling your nostrils, and it's pervaded by the smell of wildflowers and the smell of old books. Each of you feels power surge through you, and you feel the cut on your hand close. So, this is when I get to tell you guys you get some rank and some renown. So, I'm going to let you split them however you wish. Everyone but Connor will get 8
Damn. Okay.
8 what?
renown.
I don't know what that is.
So on your advantages sheet, or on your sheet, it says advantages. If you scroll down to the bottom, on the left-hand side, there's renown, and under that is glory, honor, and wisdom. And each of you will be being taken to rank 2. I'm just going to peel the Band-Aid off there.
That's 8 permanent renown then.
Yes.
Okay.
So you are going from rank 1 Oviculum Corax to rank 2 Neocornix Corax, because the Corax decided to name themselves as edgelords. You will have 6 wisdom. Connor, you have 10 dots to distribute amongst your renown. Crystal, you have Crystal and Callisto, you have 8.
That's on top of what we already have, correct? Or is that
that
our
is
new total?
That's the new total.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
So wait a second. So the 8 has to be 6 in wisdom, and
then you can place 1 on the other 2.
Gotcha.
It does mean you will be very close to being rank 3, so that it might be a while before you go up again.
No, wisdom, honor, and succor. Wisdom. She puts succor before honor. So yeah, we'll go 3, 2, 3 there.
So congratulations, Connor. You're now an Akka. Carrie, you're now a Neocornix. Crystal, you are now a Frostern, and Shawnee, you are now a Verde.
Yes.
Y'all, be afraid. I can now get new face and sheep's clothing.
You can get new what?
New face and sheep's clothing. New face allows me to complete. You get new access to new gifts.
Yes.
When you get a new rank.
When you go up in rank, you can purchase the next level of gifts. So you can now purchase rank 2 gifts.
New face allows me to completely change my appearance to any race, gender, or canid species for a number of days equal to my. I'm sorry, I'm wrong. It is cunning for, or at least according to World 20, it is equal to my cunning. And sheep's clothing allows me to mimic the breed for the forms, scent, and outer markings of another breed of shapeshifter.
We should value humor, glory, and cunning. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
I can pretend to be Guru. I could pretend to be a Mokale.
Oh my god.
Crystal just got way worse.
So much worse.
Or better, depending on who you ask.
Or better.
If you ask Dancing Cackle, it's better.
Yeah. That's not even including the one that has many potential benefits, which is you can smack someone over the head and transform them to a member of the opposite sex.
That's only a level 2 gift.
For a number of days equal to your humor.
I would, the things I would do with that gift.
The value of that gift, both positive and
negative.
It specifically describes it as making an individual see how the other side lives.
Yeah, that's like the very first thing that went through my head was turning a rapist into a girl, and we just toss them into an alley. That's fantastic. That's terrifying, but that's fantastic.
And then when they ask who did that to you, they're gonna go, that girl over there. About 3 feet tall, with buzz cut. No, I would have to spend so much gnosis to do all of that at once, but it might be worth it.
It might be. The drums crescendo again, and there is a chorus of animal calls. I will not say howls because not all of them do that.
Right.
And there is, I would say there is dancing, but it's more like Dancing Cackle and the Ajaba Elder are the only two dancing around the fire, but it is happening. You all advance quickly. You do a lot of deeds fairly quickly. So in return, we push you forward faster.
I accept your proposal.
This one of those to whom much is given, much is to be expected type of things.
Shut up. I'm yes. With great power comes great responsibility.
You could not get your voice to not let you say that, could you?
Look, if you didn't, I was gonna. So
Yeah. Like 3 people were like, "You got to hit the button. You got to hit the button."
Literally, the words were not like that's what I intended, but those words were not going through my head. I'm like, I know there's another way to say this, but it's just it gone. So
The night you celebrate, tomorrow you return to your works.
overtone of phone. What? I'm asking everybody except Crystal. What am I supposed to do now?
Party.
Enjoy the night. You just became more important than you were.
Yeah, how do we celebrate this type of thing?
I could answer, but I don't want to now.
I asked Madam Web.
Because I know you would probably tell me to do something stupid.
No, I will not.
I'm sorry, Connor. Will you repeat that?
I asked Madam Web if she would like some drugs.
There is a moment of hesitation as this gigantic spider is just looking at you. And in an unnervingly short amount of time, a 5'0" Russian woman with bunned up gray hair is standing in front of you. What do you have?
Connor lists off like a bunch of psychedelics and like marijuana and a bunch of drugs that I can't think of the names of.
Molly.
She requests a handful of heavy psychedelics and takes like 4 or 5 times more than the normal dose. If you want, you can give me either intelligence and occult or intelligence and science. Difficulty 6 for occult, 7 for science.
Let's go with science. Actually, yeah, it doesn't make. They're both 1, but I have a Would my chemistry specialty apply for science?
No.
Okay. Difficulty what?
7 for science.
7.
1
One
success.
success.
You see how much he's taking, and then you start to do some thinking. You all have regenerative powers. These are all poisons, technically, and technically, your capabilities resist that. So it would track that somebody would need to take larger doses of this.
Especially if they're not in their breed form.
Yeah, if they're not in their breed form particularly.
But yes, she swallows down like 2 handfuls of psychedelics, and then oddly enough, does not return to her Pythos form.
Well, yeah, that drop all of the psychedelics out of her system.
Yep, she simply goes, picks up a discarded walking stick that has been laid against a tree, and goes and sits by the fire, crisscross applesauce with the stick laid across her lap. The rest of the night devolves into drinks, drugs, talking, sharing stories. You all are regaled with tales of suns, dawns, time in Africa. The Macaulay elder who did about 20 years of Greenpeace work
Mhm.
there, and worked with the Ahadi of Africa. So
After-
had a bit of knowledge about how to form something like this. But go on.
I was saying after Carrie's had a few drinks, she just like starts salsa dancing by herself around the fire and singing in Spanish, and just like
Yeah.
invites somebody to like, anybody know salsa? Hey, I can teach somebody. Hey, what?
One Wing will dance with you.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
He's not the greatest with that one arm, but he tries.
It's fine. Carrie's drunk. She does not care. And Carrie's not a great salsa dancer either. So it's just, you know, she's not a very technical dancer.
As the bonfire begins to die around midnight, people start taking their leave. And eventually, Mother Webb calls the ritual a success and finished, as the last few embers begin to smolder in the pit that they have dug for this bonfire. And you are informed that you all are free to leave for the evening.
So we're
Anybody
walking.
at state to drive?
I mean, I can be.
Yeah. Sobering up is as easy as a shapeshift.
It literally just involves shifting and back. But I have a good buzz. I'm walking.
Yeah.
Connor will just shapeshift and back.
Callisto didn't get that drunk, so she's just gonna go ahead.
So after an amount of time, everybody returns to Callisto's somewhere between 12:20 and 2 in the morning. Were there any conversations that needed to happen once you all got back to the cabin? Okay.
I am in dire need of gnosis. I should probably spend some time meditating.
That is a thing you can do.
Yeah, Gnosis is. It's not the worst idea, to be honest.
Do we have anything to do tomorrow morning, or can I fly
Yeah.
back?
Back to the regular grind. Continuing to follow up on leads, so nothing in particular, but regular stuff.
What are you thinking?
In that case, I'm gonna fly home. And I'll meet you guys back here tomorrow morning.
Sounds good.
Unless something calls
All
us.
right.
So Carrie is gonna shift and just like
Just remember,
fly home.
even the slightest sign of anything potentially trouble,
I know.
Totem talk. We do have a whole ass worm company. That is two, actually, now that I think about it, potentially. I mean, really, it's all the same, but you know what I mean.
I'm
Who might have reason to come after us.
I'm
And
aware.
you're dating one of their employees.
Dating's a strong word.
Sorry, fucking one of their employees.
I'm not fucking.
Why not? Never mind, go.
I don't have to explain myself to you.
Nope, but if you don't, I will just make assumptions. Bye, have fun flying. Love you.
Mm-hmm.
You all go to sleep for the night.
Yep.
And you wake up, lose a willpower,
That's gaining willpower.
gain a
Gain
willpower.
We're not vampires. We're not losing
Nope.
anything.
Oh yeah, you guys don't lose rage per day.
Nope.
No.
In
We
fact,
only lose rage when we
gain
spend it.
well, y'all gain it. I stay my chill self.
Crystal doesn't gain any rage ever. Can't. Hey, yeah, you passed that roll.
I do not, in fact, lose a die from my nightmares.
Carrie's gonna turn up back at Callisto's around 9:30. Completely sober.
Yeah, you arrive at Callisto's. There's coffee already made.
What's up, Buttercup?
Are people up and about, or do I just like do I get to like yell at somebody to wake up?
Oh, Callisto wakes with the sun, so
Mm.
Yeah.
she been awake. I don't know if Crystal is or not
Yes,
though. Okay,
100%.
Crystal is also awake, and I'm going to assume Connor is as well.
I
Even
mean,
though Drevian had to step away.
Connor's a cat, so
Yeah,
Connor may
At any
like
point.
literally be in cat form, just laying around somewhere.
Ringtail is nowhere to be found this morning.
Raccoon, where are you? Through so to speak.
Finding stuff
Finding stuff where?
in a place.
What stuff?
What place?
I don't have to answer all your questions. You're supposed to answer all of mine.
Two-way
What's
street.
your question?
Why are you bothering me like this?
Because if you're left unattended for any exuberant amount of time, then it gets suspicious.
I'll be honest, are you remotely surprised that we are?
No, but I figured the question might catch you off guard.
Nope.
No.
I'm down by the river.
Is there a van?
No.
Is there food?
Yes.
Is there evidence?
No. Maybe?
Is
I don't think so.
Is there a bat called Lestat?
No.
is there murder?
Also no. Though a coyote did try to grab me.
Sorry, what?
What?
There aren't.
You're gonna have to
No,
repeat
there
what you
are
just said.
there are coyotes in California, aren't there?
Yes,
the-
there are.
A coyote tried to grab me?
What did this coyote look like?
Well, it was coyote shaped and it was gray like everything
you-
else.
Are you saying
Right, raccoon is colorblind.
Yeah.
Carrie is just losing her shit.
Are you saying you can't tell us apart?
No, I can't.
I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
I don't know a lot about people speak, but I know that that's worse.
You've learned well, my young
Crystal, you
Padawan.
bitch, he's colorblind.
Coyotes aren't just differentiated by their colors.
I mean,
Was it a boy
some-
coyote or a girl coyote or otherwise?
I don't think he was getting that up close and personal.
she smelled like a girl.
Okay. Fair enough.
You worried about someone specific?
I'm not worried about anyone. I'm just checking to see who I might have to yell at for trying to grab my pack totem. If I come across,
You're a spirit raccoon. Do you have a sense of whether or not it was a regular coyote or if it might have been a Nuisha?
Oh, it was a regular coyote.
Okay.
I mean, that doesn't mean I'm not going to have to yell at it potentially. But in this case, not so much.
I think Callisto would also be afraid if a grizzly bear just showed up and did the same thing at me. I mean, you would probably all be afraid if that happened, but I can see it.
Afraid? Eh.
I have wings.
Concerned about having to pay the medical bills? Yeah.
There's not going to be a doctor that'll take care of me.
You'd be surprised the number of vets that'll take care of raccoons.
I guess I am.
You just don't want them to. Because shots.
There is an audible hiss that comes over
And not the fun kind.
the the totem phone.
All right, we're good. Try not to get grabbed by any other local fauna.
Okay, I am on my way back.
Dope. All right. I know we said our plan was to get back to work. Now we have to decide what that means.
I was about to say, what other leads have we got? I've completely forgotten our track of leads in the span of having to stare down a Garal.
Right.
A Garou elder.
I mean,
Did we have those plans from the office of the person that Crystal ran out of a window?
we do have those. I'm trying to think.
You also still have Dimitri's computer.
That's true.
You have the blueprints. You have the contracts that Donovan saw was part of. Yeah, there's There's not a lot of extra information there right now.
Actually, that's a thought. Now that we've actually gotten Pyramid Lake more secure, we should probably try and figure out who in the local government offices is working with Endron
It's not a bad idea.
to get their drilling contracts pushed forward.
All right. Well, tell you what. I don't know where to start with that.
I've had to get into arguments with government officials enough times. I can probably get us started.
All right, you start on that. I am going to head up to the lake because I want to make sure that we have to check our work. Or more to the point, we have to check our compromised local sept elders' work.
Yeah, go check on them.
So,
Callisto, I'll come with you to the local government in case there is. Since I've actually seen the contracts, I will maybe
Yeah.
put some pieces together.
That'll be helpful. About to put my very, very small amount of legal knowledge to work trying to cut through bullshit.
Just have to find a needle in a haystack.
I could suss out lies in a politician, or I can try sneaking past the wolves again. I don't know which would be more helpful.
I'm not going to be sneaking.
Okay.
I'm going to be very. I'm going to be on upfront about it
Okay.
because now they're taking it seriously, and if we try and sneak a second time, first time is a gimme. The second time, we could end up in traction.
Fair.
Yeah. They can probably use the help a little bit better. I'm just going to make friends.
I guess break.
I guess divide and conquer.
Well, you three head out to Callisto's truck, and Crystal heads with the bitchmobile to the parking spot for, the same spot she picked yesterday.
Yep.
As you are, Crystal,
Mm-hmm.
as you are walking up Pyramid Peak, you're not being subtle in any way? You're just
I'm not
walking.
I'm not trying to sneak my way up there. I mean, I'm being subtle enough so that humans are not going to see me walking into the woods.
Mhm.
But I'm not trying to hide myself from the patrols.
You get about a fifth of the way towards the peak,
Okay.
and two forms, one large red form and one large black form, step in front of you. Two wolves step
Either of them
right onto
familiar?
they step right onto the walkway.
Yep.
Roll me trying to think here. Just give me a perception alertness difficulty 6.
Nope.
Yeah, and you don't recognize either of these two at first.
Up, boys.
Not so much,
Sorry.
says the red one. And you recognize Blossoming Dancer's voice.
Okay. Okay. Don't mind me. I'm just coming up here to check in with you guys. See how things are going.
See. Good to know.
Sorry. If you didn't, if I need to make intro, and I'll shift up and then back down. Hi.
Go ahead and roll your.
Oh yeah. Roll that.
Yep.
Stamina, stamina, primal urge.
A difficulty 4 here.
For shifting, it's not a gauntlet.
Oh yeah, never mind. Brain.
All right, good enough.
Yep.
Boom. Boom.
Oh, okay.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Good. I assume this is in regards to yesterday's meeting you all had with Doom of the Mountain.
That would be correct. I'm just checking in to make sure you guys are all good here and see if there's anything you might need for help. I mean, I know Doomy's got this covered fairly well, but we're sort of contractor work, so I thought I'd
Of course. Yeah, of course.
slide into the DMs essentially.
Tell you what, you want to go all the way up to the lake?
Overtone secret really quick. I want you all to appreciate how good I am at not exploiting potential jokes. Yeah, sure. Been there before.
Yeah, I had the same thought when she asked if you wanted to go all the way.
Should
Immediately after I said something about sliding into DMs, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I would love to.
you can give me a wits and empathy difficulty 6 if you want.
That's 2.
That wasn't a Freudian slip.
All right, fair enough. But we are on the job at the moment,
Yes,
so
yeah.
not so much. But duly noted for later.
So they will she'll go to turn and start walking and then turn back around. Do you want escorted or do you want are you we're gonna pretend we didn't see you.
If you're cool with that,
Like,
you know what? You know what? I'm going to behave because I don't want y'all. I know there's a bunch of other patrols here. I don't know all of them, so I might get tackled and beat down before I have a chance to say, "Hey, it's fine. It's fine. I'm a Nuisha," and then they beat me down further.
I'd like to see them catch you.
Listen, everybody has off days. And considering what's in that lake, if you're going to have an off day, now is not the day to do it. So, yeah,
Agreed.
I am good with an escort if you do not mind.
They will escort you the entire way. The other wolf introduces himself as Iron Jaw.
Iron Jaw. Hey, Iron Jaw. Again, I'm trying real hard not to make jokes here.
A wolf of few words. Blossoming Dancer.
Putting the Iron Jaw to use.
Blossoming Dancer makes small talk, but does not
Yeah.
talk the entire time.
Cool. Yeah, and I'm not trying anything sneaky here. I'm literally, this is the rare crystal. Everything is on the face and up and up.
You are eventually led to, you go down into that basin that has the lake.
Yep.
And just on the edges of your vision, every once in a while you'll catch a flurry of movement from something in the forest, and Blossoming Dancer will say, "We've it's been 12 hours, but we've ramped up things here."
Cool. No sign of anyone popping
No.
in?
Thankfully. But I know that there might be someone coming soon. So
Yeah, I don't expect that to last. I'm at least moderately certain that they have an idea, if not more. So,
I mean, as long as it stays guarded, I think we should be okay.
I'm sure it'll be fine. You got a phone?
She will shift up into human form, pull a phone out of her bra, hand it to you.
Yep. I'll program my number in it. If you need anything, if first sign of, if we can get here, we will.
Okay.
I
Thank
think
you.
we've got other stuff. We've got a couple other avenues we are exploring at the moment, but I mean, this is the big enchilada, so cool. Well, I'm going to leave you to it. It's a big mountain.
As you go to turn, you see Blossoming Dancer turn to the side.
And goes towards
Oh.
gun. What? I follow
There's
the look.
I just got reports that there's a vehicle en route.
What kind of vehicle?
Jeep.
Jeep?
Jeep with a
Oh,
J.
Jeep.
2 riders.
Okay.
Don't know what they're carrying.
Well, I haven't killed someone who worked for a worm company in 16 hours. So, want to go check something out?
They wouldn't be stupid enough to attack back to back, would they?
Oh, the first person was just up here doing survey stuff.
Want to go kill some humans?
Quite possibly. I mean, we'll check. They could see. It could be just be campers. It's not, but it could be.
Let's let them get past the second checkpoint, and if they still look like they're en route, then we'll intercept.
Dope.
So you guys sit for about another 10 minutes. They're still approaching.
All right, let's go. Let's go kill some worm humans. Or at least, wound some people and then determine if they're worm humans. We'll figure it out. Play it by ear.
Of course, we ask questions first and we rip off heads second. That's
Right.
That's the chain of command.
You shoot in ankles first, then ask questions, then rip heads off. That's the
Sounds
way
like
I
way
do
too
it.
many steps.
Sorry, shoot an ankle, ask questions, and then walk away while the awesome guru rips the head off.
Maybe you'll get to see why they call me Blossoming Dancer.
All right, let's go.
And with that, so we're going to end for the week.
Mhm.
Say goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.